What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another FFBE War of the Visions video, and in today's video I'm talking all about my new coming PvP team. It's going to have Vinera, Rain, and Ramza, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to have them set up. I still have a little bit of time to build up Rain and Vinera before they hit the arena in Guild Wars, but I wanted to go over them anyway because it's kind of like a character review and show you guys what I'm thinking with Vision cards and Espers. Let's get into it. Before we get started with this video, I do need to say thank you to Amazon for sponsoring us with Amazon coins. Now, guys, I know a lot of you guys have been out there with Amazon coins wanting your existing customers. Where's our deal? Well, we finally have one if you guys use my link in the description below. This is going to be a bit different than the other Amazon coin things I've done in the past. This goes for all Amazon customers, not just new, not just old. All Amazon customers are going to get a special discount. If you have to use my link in the description below, you're going to get extra % off, more discounts. And that goes for everybody that's been buying, which I really am happy about. We've been asking for that for a while. If you guys don't know what Amazon coins are a great way for you guys to save when you're buying your Vizior or your Lapis in War of the Visions or in FFBE. And I have several tutorial videos where you need to download the Amazon App Store, download the Amazon version of FFBE, make sure you have your game saved to Facebook, then you're going to go over to the Amazon version, and that's where you're going to be able to get great discounts. You're going to save up to 20% with my link below on the $100 Amazon coin bundle, or the $50. It's going to be 20% instead of having to go all the way over to that 500%. As you can see here, you click my link every time you load up, guys. It helps me a ton. They see what you guys are doing. They see how much Nerd Society and my YouTube support me. They're going to see you guys loading up those Amazon coins, and that's how you get that extra % off. So you're going to make sure you guys are doing that, clicking that link. I'll have it pretty much everywhere because it's very important to me, and it'll help me out a lot if you guys remember to do that, and you're going to save money. I'm also going to link in the description a tutorial video I've done recently on how to download Amazon coins, how to get them going so you can save as much money in the best way that you can, because I know a lot of people have been asking me like, yo, is Square Enix and Amazon, are they cool with this? Like, am I going to get banned for using Amazon coins? Square Enix and Amazon have a deal together. They're working together to bring you these Amazon coins, so don't be worried about it. It's not like third-party sellers or anything like that. This is a legit deal between the two companies. You're not going to get banned, and like I said, the safest and best way with a trusted company like Amazon to save you guys money. So I'm super excited to be able to bring that to you, and be sure to use my link. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first unit that's going to be on my new team, and it's a unit that's become from the past, is going to be Ramza. Ramza has been a phenomenal support / attack user, going to be / attack damage and bringing a little bit of magic damage to my team, so I'm not all about just attacking with physical. I do have some magic backing me up as well. As you can see, I'm going to use Magic Guard as my reaction ability. I'm using Spell Blade as my sub ability because I do believe that Banish Blade needs to be used sometimes in Banish Blade to get through a lot of those tanky physical units. I'm using Sukuchi, I hope I'm saying that right, and Shadowrunner as support abilities. If we go ahead and look at what I've been enhancing, obviously put up his LB. He can cast it from the beginning after casting a shout. So he's going to shout, buff up your entire team, and they're going to cast Ultima. This is going to get through the evade units. It automatically hits and does a lot of damage. Triple blow, shout, double break, chant, which heals, and then his best ability, in my opinion, when it comes to damage dealing, besides his limit break, is Shimmering Blade. Shimmering Blade is absolutely insane. I've seen it really cut through people. It's a ranged attack similar to the Shuriken, but in my opinion better. Costs very minimal, and he has a lot of uses out of it. He has 4 uses. AP is only 14. It's very, very good. So, and it, you know, Chant, it doesn't seem like AI likes to use this, so we are talking about PvP here, but in PvE, if you haven't used your Ramza, haven't maxed out his Chant, it takes a little bit of his HP and heals the other people's HP by a whole lot. The next thing I want to talk about is his bravery and his faith. A lot of people are scared of leveling up people's faith or putting up people's faith. They're worried that, you know, they're going to take too much magic damage. And maybe when Kilafay, I think I'm saying that name right as well, it's the Earth Mage that comes out. Maybe I'll have to worry about it then, but with the current Mage meta or the current meta, I'm not too worried about that extra magic damage. I'd rather have the faith up so I hit my breaks or I hit my status elements and I do more magic damage. So that's why I have it maxed out there. And we're going to talk about Espers and stuff here in a moment for Ramza and how I have that set up. The next unit we're going to look at, which I've been having a lot of fun with, it's going to be on my PvP team, is Rain. Now, Rain isn't maxed out yet. The unit just came out a few weeks ago. I've been working hard, but I do have him up to 99 now. I have enough shards, and he's almost there on his own. I still need to farm a little bit of his job levels. looking at how I'm going to have Rain set up, it's like this. A lot of people want to run him on his Red Mage job, and I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Red Mage is going to give you, and I haven't unlocked it yet, Jamming Thrust, which is an insane move when it comes to damage dealing Red Mages. It does a lot of damage. It's great to use. However, Rain is going to be like my pseudo tank. I'm going to have like Ramza and Rain be kind of bruisers, and then I'm going to have Vinera coming in the back being like that evadey kind of thief assassin type unit, okay? And Knight of Grandshelt allows you guys to have two amazing abilities. First one being Astral Guard, and this is going to be Rain's main taunting ability. It costs 46 TP, which is a lot. But he starts out with a lot of TP as well. Increases his own chance of being targeted, bestows a barrier on self that reduces magic damage for 3 turns. So he's going to be taunting and putting a magic damage barrier up, and you have to use Knight of Grandshelt to get this taunting ability, and that's why I chose to do that. He also gets Undermine, deals damage small to a target based on caster's magic. So you can see that it's slash attack damage, but it's based on your magic stat, which is kind of weird. But yeah, that's how Rain is going to work here. Going to lower attack, magic, defense, and spirit for 3 turns. Literally a full break on a unit renders them useless. If he casts this, it's going to be really great and do a lot of great things for you guys. I'm using Intensifying Power and Spirit Up. I want to have a Spirit Up as much as possible. Intensifying Power is putting that magic up for us and also putting up the power of Soul Prominence, which is great. I have Sword Guard on him, and then Shining Nova, I've maxed out his LB because it is phenomenal. One of the things I want to say, if you guys haven't built your Rain yet, be wary. Do not get Blazing Physique. This is an ability, as you can see, that goes through all jobs because it has that nice border around it, so you're going to be able to use it on all jobs. But it is not a ability you want. The AI will cast this thing like you wouldn't believe, and it really just isn't that great. You don't want them doing it. So until we get the ability to turn off certain abilities our characters use, you want to move away from that. You don't want to be using that. The abilities that I've been maxing out so far have been Firaga, because he can cast that in Knight of Grandshelt. I'm maxing out Undermine because it's fantastic. Astral Guard, obviously. And then I've maxed out so far his, obviously you want his passives and his counters to be leveled up. So you can do a lot more. The same thing goes for Rain here that we're talking about with Ramza. We want Max Bravery, which I've been slacking on a little bit. I got to go in there and use my Samurai, use my shouts to get that Max Bravery up. And then Max Faith for me as well. Again, the magic damage just isn't there. It's not substantial enough. Rain is already a magic cover tank. I say magic cover because of FFB. He's already a magic tank, so he's going to be taking less magic damage as it is. And I want him putting out as much damage as he can, so I have his Faith up for when he uses abilities like Firaga, which he does quite often. He can also cast Shining Nova, which is a really hard-hitting LB move that lowers fire resist, so he's doing even more fire damage from the get-go because he has a ton of AP at the beginning of the fight to be able to do the things that he needs to do. So that's why I'm really looking forward to Rain. And we'll talk about his equipment and espers again at the end when I show you guys my formation. And last but not least, we're going to talk about baby girl Vinera. Just got her. There'll be a pull video soon. It was kind of funny how I ended up getting her. There's been some controversy around her, right? Because her TMR sadly got nerfed. Bewitching Heals, and it's a small nerf. It's a change that I don't think should happen. So before everybody's like, wow, Claic, you're a shill. It's like, dude, stop changing stuff in the game. Like, people obviously look at JP for insight. They've already made jokes and memes about how they know that. So why are you changing stuff? What they changed on this TMR is instead of being Male Eater, it turned into Light Eater, or Male Killer, it turned into Light Eater. So she would cast this ability on herself, decreases chance of being targeted, which is phenomenal, by the way. Takes you down 6 chance of being targeted. So that means she literally will not be targeted until that 6. Every time she uses an ability, that it ticks up, right? It's just like when you increase your chance of being targeted, you get hit, so it goes down by 2, by 2, by 2, and so you go back down to 0. Well, when you decrease your chance of being targeted, it starts at like negative. So it's by 6, so it'd be -6. And every time you're trying to get to that 0 number. So every time she uses something, it goes up until it reaches that 0. So she will not be targeted. And then when she's targeted, she evades anyway. Bestows Light Eater on self for 3 turns. Now, I understand that, you know, a lot of people wanted that Male Eater because there are a lot of Orlando's running on out there, and they're mad that it was a change. They don't know why it's changed. I personally don't know why it was changed either. But Light Eater really isn't so bad. For PvE, Light Eater is better in my opinion. It will cover a wider range of things like raids, the tower. There are a lot more light, female, male beast units out there, or whatever you want to call them, that are not humans out there than there are just male units, okay? Secondly, yes, a lot of the light units in the game, Ramza, Engelbert, Thancred, who else is a big light unit? The ones that people use a lot. I think those are the 3 that I see a lot in my Guild Wars. They are all males, so the male eater would have worked on them. However, hold up for a minute. So does the light eater works on them as well. The only unit that people are really upset about is Orlando, and I can tell you, yes, that is something to be, a little bit frowned upon, but any other time besides Orlando, it's like Mont and Orlando. I looked through all my Guild Wars. Those are the only 2 male characters I've seen that aren't light units. That are meta. Now, you may come into some other ones that people are using. Other than that, Light Eater is going to take control. So I think it's like a little bit like this. Like, we have Male Eater here and we have Light Eater here right now in the meta. But they ever release a really strong female light unit, or they buff Moncherie or something, that's going to start coming up to here. And in PvE, I think that Light Eater is much, much more useful there. So those are my thoughts on that. I know people wanted to know. Would I ever prefer to non-change? Yes. It still makes the Trust Mastery reward insane. The decreased chance of being targeted, putting up an eater on yourself, and then giving you accuracy, agility, defense, and HP. The TMR is still insane. I saw some people say it was crap after they did that change. You got to be out of your mind if you think it's crap. But anyway, let's talk about Vinera just in a whole after talking about TMR. Vinera is one of the strongest units and will be one of the strongest units in the game, and I don't say that lightly. A lot of the units are fun. They can get the job done. Vinera will literally wreak havoc on you. She will have a strong evade base. She gets it from her master ability. You can build her evade. You want to build her evade. You want to build her slash damage. She is going to have great movement. You can see that she has a 4 move and 2 jump, and then you can actually increase that more with passive. She's going to be able to get across the map extremely fast. She has defense penetration, so remember, or piercing. Remember what Lucia had. She's going to be a tank buster. She's going to be able to go in and kill those tanks. And by the way, when we were talking about that light damage, right, that light eater, guess who's coming out soon? I guarantee in 2 weeks coming out. Warrior of Light. He's a light unit tank, so it still even applies to him. So the meta tanks, Engelbert and then Warrior of Light, they're going to be light units, so it's still going to apply to them. So don't take it too hard and don't think she's useless, because I think this character is one of the best units ever released, even going into the JP now. She's extremely fast. She gets in your face. She has AoE hitting ability. She will dodge a lot. She has a ton of different options when we talk about abilities here, guys. If we go to ability set, I don't even have them all unlocked. We have an evasion up that we can get as a passive. We have a thief lore, which increases move and agility, so she's going to be extremely quick as well, because she has that thief assassin going behind her. And then she also has the ability that, again, we had with Lucia, which is raises agility and defense piercing. So I think I'm going to go, and I'll have it unlocked yet because I just got her last night. I'm going to go with tune up, and then I'm also going to go with evasion up. I'm going to make her extremely quick, extremely evadey, and make her hit as hard as I freaking can with slash damage. That's the way it's going to go. Her reaction skills are also, there's a ton of them that are very good, but personally, I'm going with Dark Shadow. Chance of raising an evasion rate for 3 turns when taking damage. Stackable up to 3 times, and raises CT, which is your turn order. Raises her up in the turn order. That's what I'm going to go with for now. Here's where I'm a little bit unsure of what I want to do. Okay, so most of her big damage dealing abilities are the ones that I want to use. I do believe, let me get off of that. I do believe come in like Heavenly Blade. This is going to be deals damage medium to targets within an area around self. If we display that, she'll like run in on an enemy and she'll spin around and do a lot of damage. And this is a strong ability here that she can use. The reason, there are 2 downfalls of Vinera. There are 2 that I see. 1, she doesn't have a lot of TP casting moves. So she doesn't, like, at the start of battle, she needs something to cast to raise her AP. And that is why I see myself using the dual gunner. It's not for rapid fire. It's specifically for smoke screen. Now, we talked about this on Lucia as well, because that was another double gunner. Raises own evade and defense for 3 turns. So we need to have that evasion up. You see how many ways we can raise her evade up? And that's not counting on what we can put on her, which is we're going to put the Sage's hat for max evasion on that as well. We're going to raise our evasion up here, and she can cast this at the beginning for TP to get her AP up. And we're not looking at rapid fire, to attain rapid fire to do those range attacks. That's another thing she has, I think, is a problem, is her range attacks are a little lacking. She does have to get into the fight, but with all of her evade, she's buffing up her defense. She's really quick. Her movement's crazy. She can get right into the fray immediately. She's extremely strong, but she does lack a lot of really great range attacks that'll really work out for her in that way. If we look at Assassin, we're not going to be using Thief. If we look at Assassin, there are some great moves. She has the ability to Marauder's Blade, lower defense, which is phenomenal. I mean, if you guys have been using Orlando, you have no idea the difference between an Engelbert that hasn't been crush armored to an Engelbert that has been. Like the Engelbert that has been starts getting chunked. The Engelbert that hasn't just laughs at your physical damage as it chinks off his armor. So yeah, Marauder's Blade is great. You do need attack from behind, whether that's one of the things with Assassins is the position is important. Unsure if the AI is going to get through with that and do that. And maybe once I get her TMR, maybe I'll put her TMR on her. She'll cast her TMR ability, give her that AP. But I think in the beginning, for a lot of us, we're going to have to go with Dual Gunner. And Smoke Screen is just that good for her. If she casts Smoke Screen in the beginning, raises that evasion rate up, holy moly, she's going to be hard to hit. So what's a counter for her? She sounds amazing. She's doing massive damage. She's a tank buster. She's quick. She's got the movement. How do we stop her? Things like Sharpshoot. Sharpshoot will get through and shoot her, right? They automatically hit. Ultima from Ramza, gonna hit her really hard. Holy is gonna hurt her very bad as well. These are all things that can counter her, and that's why when you're building Vinera, you need to be aware of that. Maybe raise that defense up a little bit. Maybe get some of that slash resist, some of that fire or shoot damage resist. Things like that will help her out to make sure she can survive a hit. But mostly, you're gonna see she evades quite a lot, and when she gets to do her damage, she is going to punish people when she gets to. So moving on, let's look at our formation here for our arena team, our duel team. This is what I have in the works. This is not exactly the way I'm going to have them built. Rain is actually going to have the raid ring, the one that gives elemental resist when I get to it. Ramza is going to be a little tanky. He does have the golden armor on. I don't like the Esper on Ramza right now. I normally run Ramza with Cactuar, but Rain and Ramza are kind of in that weird spot where I want them both to be bruiser, magic slash attackers. And they're kind of fighting for the same thing. So that's where I'm a little bit lost on that. But Vinera, finally I get to use my Moraga card that I've been getting a ton of. I'm going to make this thing 3-star. I actually can make it 3-star at this point. Level it up. We're getting a lot of slash attack across the team. They're all slash attack damage dealers. It's going to be a lot on her. That's what I want to use currently. We're obviously going to use Shiva. She's very close to getting 4-starred my card. If I get one more Shiva, 4-star, that's evasion up for the party. I'm not saying that Rain's going to evade and Ramza with the golden armor on isn't, but it's all about Vinera getting those evades off, and that's going to be great. And then we also have the Ramza card that gives us slash attack up for Ramza and agility up so we can be moving faster than the enemy team, going additional turns, maybe lapping them, but also making sure we go first and Vinera gets in there and does what she needs to do. For Vinera, so you can look at Rain. Again, obviously we have his Crimson Saber. I was lucky enough to max out my magic and then only have to hammer out my attack. That's going to be his go-to weapon. I put his TMR on, and like I said, we're going to put the ring on. For my Ramza, I have a Nagnarok +5. You guys saw me build this up, and I did Assault because I love the Shimmering Blade. I think he's better as a physical damage dealer personally with that magic to back him up, so he kind of is like a split hybrid kind of thing going on. And then I just threw on my Victory Ribbon. I'm not sure if this is exactly what I'm going to stick with, but more accuracy is going to be needed. A little bit of crit, some HP, and then Tri Protection could be great as well. Moving on over to Vinera, she obviously wants Odin. There's no other Esper out there that she's going to want. I mean, obviously, if you don't have Odin, you can find different options, but this is going to be the go-to. You have slash attack, you have some evasion, you have attack up, you have accuracy, slash resist, man eater, which is the most important. Put man eater, human eater. I kept saying man eater, but now people are going to think it's male eater. Human eater, man eater. It's going to be phenomenal. That's the way to go with her. Then you want slash attack up or some agility up, stuff like that. Evasion up is what you want for Vinera. In terms of what weapon she's going to have on, I think her TMR is going to be in the TMR slot when I get it unlocked. We want a Sage's Hat +5 dodge. I don't have mine +5 yet. It's +4, but I could make it +5 when I get this team together. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to get the Mage Masher, and I'm going to be building it Assault. All I have is this little tiny dagger on her right now to get her weapon proficiency up as I'm running her through JP farm. But I'm going to be getting the Mage Masher from the event. I'm going to be running it Assault. It does give the most damage if you run it Assault over critical. It's been tested. So I'm going to hope my best to get that. And that's going to be the build, guys, for Vinera. And I'm very excited to see how this team performs. I've been running the shoot meta, the waifu gunner meta, since Frederica came out. She has been my main damage dealer. In my teams, it was like Ramza, Frederica, Engelbert. That's been in my teams. Then it switched to Lucia, Frederica. So 2 more gunners. I am excited to finally experience the slash attack damage dealers and see how it feels like to have kind of a bruisery, evadey, get in your face kind of team, instead of being really sad when my gunner runs up and like shoots and then dies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping to get in, take a couple of hits, and kind of like see how that, it's just a different kind of flavor, and to see how that works. And I think Vinera is going to be very, very strong at that. So again, guys, thank you to Amazon for sponsoring this video. That link is very big. It gives everybody a deal, so please use that link when you stock up on Amazon coins. And I've been stocking up on Amazon coins forever. You guys know that. I repeat it over and over. But everybody that I know that wants to buy at a discount, buy with Amazon coins, and that link is going to be very important to me if you want to support me. And good luck to all you guys out there. If you're still pulling for a Vinera, you can use the link in the description below to get some deals on that. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any advice. If you think there's anything I should be changing with my team comp right here as far as Espers or the Vision cards, I think this is a pretty good start at least, and I'd like to test it out and show you guys. Subscribe for future content. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ClaicYuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.